What's going on, y'all? It's your man Quincy Whetstone, aka Q Stone, and welcome to another episode of the BeatStreet Podcast. Man, y'all don't forget to share, y'all like, y'all please leave a comment, hit the notification button, tell your mama and your daddy that the BeatStreet Podcast is on and poppin'. Yeah. Man, what's up, man? This is the holiday season, man, and all that going on, man, and my boys in town, man. I got my boys lower level in here, man, in this thing, dog. What's going on, man?
Stony.
Man, what is up, dog?
Hey, you know what it is, brother.
Yeah, man. What's been going down? What y'all been doing over these holidays and stuff?
Man, just kicking it with the family and enjoying the after all this COVID stuff. I guess it's still going on, so it's finally seeing people more.
Yeah.
Ain't seen them in a long time. Little kinfolk and grew up. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see everybody. Spend some time with them.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
So what let's just get, where did the name lower level come from?
That's a good one. I'll let Freaks take this one.
Yeah, so the idea of it, I was in the service in the Navy for a while, and I worked in the engine room, so we called it the lower level. So that's kind of like the source of where that kept everything moving. And I flipped on that, was like, okay, it's also the South. You know what I'm saying? I consider that the lower level. And, and it's also lowering yourself, being humble. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a mindset, a way of looking at things and dealing with this life we're in. So, that's pretty much what gave me the idea. Lower level and then the world. So lower level world, you're experiencing, with me and JD, how we handle things and describe everything, and with how we want to do it.
Let me back up. For y'all that don't know, before y'all knew me, whatever, from where I started, and who the longest group that I've been working with, the most use the word intimate group I work with, like, is these boys right here.
Yeah.
Right. Lord, before y'all knew me, these the boys I was working with, been working with, still working with.
Yep.
Right.
But a long time, man. Like when I used to do beats in the room, I called them. I got a beat for you, and I was first on my TS10.
Yeah.
TS10.
Cranking them out.
Make that thing sing.
Back in college.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like these boys, like my sound to people, my true sound that I love the most is what I was doing with these guys, man.
Right.
So that's who this is right here.
That's what it is.
The roots.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's the roots.
The humble beginnings, the roots.
Yeah. We started out this thing together. First time I heard a Q Stone beat, me and my boy Malcolm, we had just won a talent show in college. Getting on the mic, won the talent show, and this dude that was like, hey man, I do beats. Come check us out. Come check me out. I do these beats. Now, at the time, you know what I'm saying, beats, whatever. I was just starting to really rap. I wasn't quite sure if I even needed beats. I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? So Malcolm came to the door. He came running in there one day like, man, this dude do these beats, man. You got to go check him out. I came down there, listened to the beats, and that was it. We started right there. Probably a couple weeks later, we came to Houston.
Yeah.
And you did a beat for a song that I remember the name, but I can't repeat the name of it because it was a different time.
Okay, yeah.
But it was a jamming beat, and that was one of our first songs. I sent it to Fred. He was on the water, and that's where it got started, man. So we've been rolling, doing this thing ever since. Our sound, I always considered Q Stone really a part of the lower level. It wasn't like he was the producer. Right. It was like, this is our team. It's us three. Really kind of five if you wanted to add in Sean and Malcolm.
Yeah, it was a crew. That was
a crew of the production.
Yeah.
And then that early music, you really could hear the fun we was having in the studio. Like, it sounded like a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear these cats in the studio, they in there having fun. It was organic. It was so dope.
In the lab having fun, man. One of the first
That's what we was doing, man. We was having fun in that thing.
Yeah.
Come up with ideas just off the top.
Yeah.
play some instrumentals and create stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just create our own beats and everything off the top and hooks.
Yeah. Who did y'all grow up listening to?
Man. So, you know, we born in the 70s and grew up in the 80s, so the old school for sure.
Yep.
You know, a lot of the old classics.
Yeah.
Al Green and, you know, Frankie Beverly Mays, all of that type of stuff.
Soul. You know.
All the various, you know, anything that was on wax back in the day, you know, all the different instrumentals and stuff.
Yeah. We had that the benefit of coming up in that time where hip hop was still new, relatively new. You know what I'm saying? And soul music was what we grew up on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you put those two things together, that's where you got us. Because, you know, we were, I think me and Fred both can say when it came to hip hop, we were not radio listening to, you know what I'm saying? We was the underground, like we was listening, we were looking for things that were not as mainstream, you know what I'm saying? Like we was on, you know, the Boogie Monsters, you know what I'm saying? We was on the Alcoholics, we was on Buckshot. You know, for us to be in the South, we listened to a lot of East Coast hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mainly because I want to say we probably started listening to hip hop at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when the South started, you know, coming up, man, we was already 10 toes. Like I look at my daughter now, you know, she 13.
Yeah.
You know, when I was 13, the type of hip hop that we had been like in the second grade, that's when 2 Live Crew came out. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I remember that. I remember having Eric B. and Rakim tapes, and we were children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Listen to Eric B. Rakim. I remember being in middle school and KRS-One and Boogie Down Productions came out and stuff like, and those were formative years for us. So you partner that soul background with the emergence of hip hop. You know, we watched it go from, you know, watched it go from that to a skillful, you know, painting pictures with words kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's funny, man, because by the time the hip hop scene hit Houston hard, we had already established styles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we was in high school, we were already doing that.
Right.
And it was like 93, 94. So, you know, this was, you know, early beginnings of hip hop in H-Town. We was already, we was in it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We was living that hip hop life.
Yeah, I tell people, man, like hip hop is kind of like my big brother, you know, kind of came up at the same time, your big cousin or something, you know. You seen the whole thing evolve and kind of, it gave you game when you were young, you know, showed you how to do stuff, you know, exposed you to some things. So it was a teaching thing, especially the older hip hop. Back then, it gave you game, you know, it gave you instruction, told you what was real, you know. If something wasn't good for you, you might see it and be like, oh, they shining, you know, whatever. But in the end of the flow or during the flow, they letting you know the hard stuff that come with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that might not be your life, you know what I'm saying? You might want to chill out and just, you know, stay in your lane and do what you do. But yeah, hip hop, it done grown a lot. And, you know, it been with us the whole time, you know, so.
That point Fred made was dope because that's what happened. Like, hip hop really was like a big brother, a big cousin, you know what I'm saying? It raised, matter of fact, my big cousin is who, like, I started rapping because he lied to me and tricked me. You know what I'm saying? He had this Ice-T record.
Okay.
You know, 6 a.m, police at my door, fresh Adidas street cross bathroom floor. So he go in the room and he put this Ice-T record on.
Yeah.
But he put it on the, you know what I'm saying, no instrumental, it's just the lyrics. And he like, yeah, man, this me and my boy Derek, we recorded this.
Yeah.
So he done fooled me into thinking that they done went in there and made
rapping.
this song.
Yeah.
They rapping.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that. So that's where it all started. I'll start off with a lie. But it really did, though, to Fred's point. It raised us, man, like, the game. Like, even our blackness, right? Like, listen to KRS-One and all them boys and in middle school when everybody really got into Malcolm X and all that kind of stuff, like
African pieces,
African medallions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was all from the music. We wasn't learning it in school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All that, everything. How to deal with women, you know what I'm saying? Good and bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can make your own decision. And it was so much room for so many different messages and lessons to be taught. You know what I'm saying? Like we remember before hip hop turned into one way.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a bunch of ways to do it. And we really, I think most hip hop fans at that time really gravitated towards the groups who were, I don't want to say educating per se, because I don't think that's what they was doing exactly. They was just speaking their truth and giving you both sides of the story, and you could take that how you wanted
informing you informing you. A lot of stuff you might have heard of, you might not have heard of, but it's informing you, giving you a different insight on it, something you just might not have ever knew. And then a lot of times you have people that's your same age, kids at school, they talking about stuff they might have heard a piece of or something like that. They might be lying and all this and that. That was something more secure that you could listen to and get the straight shot. Be like, okay, that cat out there, they done seen some things, they doing it.
Yeah.
And then, it relates to the real life that you see. Like, okay, yeah, that is how it go. But put it in a different perspective.
It was just kind of like how songwriting always was. It was just in hip hop now.
Yeah, it's hip hop. Just a different way of talking about it. It's a poem still. But it's more, I guess you could say, street or whatever, and how you want to describe things, and a little more. I guess everybody came with different styles, so it got a little more elaborate. Some cats was flipping, and then other cats was just laid back with it.
And you had to be original.
But it was all good.
No biting allowed.
Nah, no biting allowed.
You couldn't bite.
I don't know how that became cool at all, but we're to the point now where I feel like it's just a lot of it's cookie cut, because there are no standards like that. Everybody just trying to make the quick dollar. Make something right quick and do all that, which is cool. Everything moving fast now. But,
pump it out.
You got to be aware and getting caught up in all of that, because a lot of stuff come and go. So you want to make something that's gonna last, be timeless. Some artwork, basically. You want to make artwork still. So don't just be doing something to be doing it. Like, I'm gonna do something right quick and get rich right quick. And, and that's what you sound like.
So what how would y'all describe, if there was a descriptive way to describe y'all sound?
Oh, that's easy. Southern hip hop soul music.
Southern hip hop soul.
That's what we put down, man. Southern hip hop soul music, Hip hop, because it was, it's purest form of rap, I believe. Hip hop is a lifestyle, like all of that. We embody all of that. You know what I'm saying? From the early days, the graffiti, what I'm saying? Fred was a DJ before he was a rapper. He was DJing. Me and Fetty G, we thought we was dancers. He was more of a dancer than I was. I thought I was. Probably wasn't good at it. You know what I'm saying? But it was just those elements. It was just hip hop. We just wanted to be that whole, all of it. Give me that whole, all that culture. And now that culture has become pop culture. You know what I'm saying? It's like what we were doing as kids for fun is now you go turn on a TV, it's a Target commercial. It's gonna be some kids, they're gonna be hip hop, it's gonna be hip hop beat. Everybody got braids and dreads and everything. It's now it's culture. So it's really dope to see how it went from counterculture to mainstream culture. And it just, you get what you get from that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna win the battle of popular culture, but you're gonna lose the soul. You know what I'm saying? And that's just part of how it all. That's just music. That's how it evolved. When disco started taking over, everybody was like, "Oh, you're taking the soul out of the music. You're making it boom boom." But that's just how it go. The culture shifts to whatever the kids is doing. The kids is doing it, then it's cool because that's who's spending the money. That's what's So that's just how it go. You gotta respect it.
Man, I know it's like almost every commercial now got a dope beat on there.
Yeah.
You know how it used to be, okay, want to be here, want to be all right, but now all of us be like, man, that beat that dope.
Yeah, because it was undeniable, like the energy that hip hop bring, you know, the culture bring, and they had to go on and do something with it.
Yeah,
we come from the era where it was getting hated on. They was running over CDs in the streets, talking about, you know, explicit lyrics and all of that, which I get it, but they kind of demonized it, you know.
Yeah.
And then when it became an opportunity to get that bread off of it, then they were like, okay, we know what to do with it now.
Yeah.
Because they didn't demonize it at first. They demonized it when the gangster rap started coming in, right? Or was it early on?
Yeah.
Earlier than that?
You know,
before that, it wasn't so much before that. You know, it was kind of like, I guess, around the gangster rap era.
And Two Live Crew, them.
But you know, it was growing, so it started reaching other markets.
Suburbs.
Yeah, it started reaching out.
Nobody had a problem with it when it was, you know,
just seemed like something they was just doing over there.
Yeah,
that's what they do over there.
Yeah.
But now, you know, our kids are getting exposed, and my kid trying to dress like them and talk like them. Yeah. So now we paying attention to it now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they grabbed a hold to it, and now it's running.
Yeah, ain't nothing they can do now.
It's running.
Nah, it's go. Yeah, it's in the machine.
Culture. It is pop culture. Hip hop is pop culture, which is funny to me, because you know hip hop is drug culture. You know what I'm saying? Early hip hop, it's so crazy, right? Early hip hop was cats. You had a beat. They was rapping. No diamond chains, no lax, no nothing. It was about partying and having a good time. Those dudes was like, we want to shine like these dudes who were generally the dope dealers. You know, they had the diamond, you know, well, gold in those days. They had the necklace. They was throwing money. Like all the stuff we see on TV now is the stuff they really was doing in real life when we was coming up. Like this was like this was going down.
Yeah.
So rappers started emulating the cats they looked up to. Yeah. Right? So now it's crazy. You again back to the Target commercial or whatever kind of commercial it is. Now you looking at commercials and you see this street culture. These folks is throwing money like they at the strip club, and this is like a Capital One bank commercial. Yeah. Like, man, this is y'all don't even see what y'all doing. Like y'all taking this street culture, making it mainstream culture, and it's all good. Cause it's one of these I won't say it's a game show where they use like the money machine where they, you know what I'm saying? Like they throwing the ones and whatnot. I'm like, man, this is strip club street drug culture. Yeah. Is now mainstream. Mainstream. And it's funny. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think nobody really be paying that much attention to it.
Right.
But if you come from, you know, our generation, like, man, last time I seen somebody doing this, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't on no commercial, bro.
And I've always thought that about hip hop. Like, people really don't pay much attention to it. I mean, okay, they do, but it was like, if a song is really popular, it don't matter what it's about, as long as it's out. You know what I'm saying? It's like hip hop can. What's the word? Like I'm looking for? Like if it's like a popular song, everybody's singing it, from the president to everybody, whoever. But I like. Have you listened to what that song is actually saying? Right. But they don't care.
That's what I'm saying. That energy.
It's like, you know, like why? It's like it don't matter. I'm like, I guess it don't.
Everybody feel it because it got so many elements of everything. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Beats and hooks, man.
Beats and hooks.
If it's a good beat, good hook. What you saying? Them 16s used to matter.
Yeah.
Nowadays, and it really took a eye-opening moment. My daughter was like, we listening to some music, whatever, and you know. This, you know, it's saying whatever it's saying. And I'm like, man, I need to turn this down. Not that she ain't never heard these words before, but I'm like, man, they going fed, right? And she, instead of saying something like, oh, Dad, you know, you turn it down, they cussing. I hear cussing all the time. I'm thinking that's what she gonna say. Nope. That's not where she went with this, right? It's not that she hear cussing all the time, because that's, you know, that's normal. She went with it to the point to where she just said, I don't listen to what they talking about. Yeah. I don't listen to the lyrics. I don't know what they talking about. I like this beat. I like the hook part. I can dance. I can do my TikTok dance. She ain't concerned about what the song say.
Right.
And a lot of people are like that, is what I understand.
Okay.
And us being artists and writers and MCs, producers, we put so much into our lyrics.
Right.
Man, nobody listen to that. They don't hear that. They don't want to hear it. They
beats took over.
They learned to just block out what they don't want to hear of the song because they
even less complicated than that. I think it's always been like that.
Yeah.
I think just from talking to people, man, people don't be listening to lyrics.
Yeah.
Not no more.
Right.
You know that's old school. It ain't about that no more. The lyrical exercise and the competing with, you know, you get featured on a song, it's 3-4 cats, and you want to make sure you got the throw this. Man, these cats don't care about that. They're going to say what they're going to say. They're going to get to the hook. And I'm not saying the artists don't care. I'm saying the people that's listening generally.
Right,
you know,
right.
not 100%, obviously. But for the majority, man.
Yeah, it's about the vibe now.
Tripping off of
it's
that.
all about the vibe. How that the beat and the, I guess you say the hook and everything, how it make you feel.
Yeah.
And people just
Yeah.
they just want that.
They want the feel.
And then whatever make them feel like, and they can be on whatever they on in their mind. You know, they ain't even tripping on that, like what you saying in the song. Because a lot of cats, you can't understand what they saying.
Yeah.
Or you know, some people can't keep up. They moving too fast with it. So
you know what? I'm kind of guilty of that from some songs I thought I knew.
yeah.
Like old school songs. I know like the first verse, maybe half of the first verse. Then the second verse come up, and I'm like, man, I thought I really knew this song.
Yeah, right. Until the beat break, and you're like, hey, yeah.
Like, I didn't even know this verse was on this or something like that. You're like, oh, yeah.
So now you know everybody got the short attention span.
Yeah.
It's definitely vibe. It's all
That's
about
when hit you with the vibe.
Yeah.
And you catch it right quick.
Yeah.
And move on.
Yeah.
Because a whole album now is what, 35 to 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Songs is 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, 2.5.
Or
You might
one verse,
you might
maybe
get two verses. Yeah, you might get two,
Yeah.
never three.
No.
Yeah.
Like, that's rare.
And that go back to attention span.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody trying to.
Well, they've been saying it so long. Oh, attention span. But I know people still appreciate some tight verses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is what I know amongst people that you talk to.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, man, this is what I really like. You know, I don't really rock with that, but
Yeah.
it's all perception at the same time. So if this is what everybody's saying and this is what you see and they putting out there,
Yeah.
you'll think that's all it is. But
So, from where the music is now, have you learned to find what's good about it in this time? Because I know for a while, like I was on like, you know, on the, but I like, you know what? Let me just chill. Let me sit back.
See,
It's all, you know, I like,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And this is why. I love it, but I don't listen to it a lot.
Okay.
You feel me? Because it's not for me. You know, when you start looking at stuff like demographics and, you know, age and, you know what I'm saying? These cats is doing music for people that's probably from 14 to 22. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. You know, I try to look back at myself when I was, you know, a certain age. You know what I'm saying? Like understanding that Hammer, like when MC Hammer came out, he was for us.
right.
My big cousin them that was listening to Ice-T and them, they weren't listening to Hammer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I look at this era the same way. You know, these cats is coming out, you know, they 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? They 20 years old. They speaking their experiences or what have you, and I get it. Like, the way that they do hip-hop, I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's more melodic. It's a lot more, they embracing singing more. You know what I'm saying? Even if they can't, they find a way. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily bump it and all that, but I get it.
But these cats grew up on they've been, you know, they raised up on a lot of auto-tune rap.
Yeah, that's what
they've been doing that since they was 5-6 years old, singing the auto-tune, singing with it, and now they want to do theirs. And they gotta have auto-tune. And they gonna sing it just like whatever, you know, they came up on, and that's their thing.
Yeah.
So, but you know, if it's jamming, it's jamming. If it's not, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that.
Yeah.
So But you know, it go back to originality because a lot of stuff get cookie cut.
Yep.
When you start having a recipe of how to do everything, you gotta do it like this.
Yeah.
The beat gotta do this. Your highs gotta roll every time. Like you ain't got to.
Yeah.
Like a lot of tight beats been simple. You know,
Yeah. Oh, and it's always been.
Yeah,
that's
it's simple. You know, you put a lot of stuff in them, and it's some of those they tight beats too. But everything, you know, you gotta have everything going.
Yeah.
That's what hip hop was in the beginning.
Yeah.
It was everybody's flavor.
Yeah.
You know, same with breakdancing and all of that. It's however you expressed it.
Yeah. That's what it was. It was more of an individual expression. And I think that's what the young kids lose, the older generation, is because, and you know, you can get into back and forths with them and whatnot, but it's pointless. Y'all both gonna be saying the same thing. Y'all just speaking it from a different generation.
Yeah.
Is what I've understood. Because, you know, I've engaged in a million of these conversations with dudes, like, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's just what they doing, you know? And it's the biggest difference is just, I think, is that, you know, they doing more of what everybody else is doing as opposed to being more free creatively. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the stuff that they be saying on some of those joints that you'll turn off, if they took that auto-tune off and you listen to it for what it was, be like, man, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. But you have now, you sound just like what this guy said when he said something, because you auto-tuned down, but it's not necessary. But again, it's their generation. It's what they doing, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And one thing I appreciate about a lot of these cats is because they have the means to now, they have YouTube and like and social media, they've learned how to, well, they grew up with the tools to market themselves right in their face.
Yeah.
You know, and they took advantage of it.
Right. We had the music. We didn't really know the business.
Yeah.
And you know, you hear rappers throw little gems out there, you know, record industry, business is shady, you know, rule number, you know, all of that.
Yeah. 4,080.
You finally gotta, once you deal with it yourself, you're like, oh man, it's deeper than what I thought.
Yeah. It's like business.
And then, you know, they coming after us, so they hearing more cats our generation saying the same thing, and you know, they learn from their uncle or their big brother. Yeah. Like, okay, I wanna do my own, my own music.
Yeah.
I can do it myself, and they got the tools to do it.
Yeah.
The internet and everything, it's wide open. So,
exposure, man.
Yeah, you can have your own platform and do whatever, create your own content. So that go back to the auto-tune thing. So since you had that opportunity to have your own platform, you want to have your own voice, your own sound.
Might as well.
You know, like a lot of stuff, you might like what they saying, but you don't know who it is. You thought it was this other cat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, oh, it sounds just like
I can't.
Like,
I'm like, okay,
That's like it sounds just like them, like for real.
Yeah.
Like the same cadence, the same effects they using, and I'm like, all right, it's tight, but you want to have some hang time with your music.
Yeah.
You want people to look back and be like, okay. So with the debating and all of that, you be like, okay, well, what do you listen to now that you used to listen to? You know, they don't even like what they used to listen to.
Yeah.
Because it ain't had no hang time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can still go back to some old, you know, whatever. Pull out some Big Daddy Kane.
Man, and it make you feel, you were like, oh.
Yeah, all of that, you know.
When you hear it, you were like,
some early Ghetto Boys, you know, all of that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Suave House out there, all that stuff was jamming, man.
Man, still is, man.
Like, it's still jamming. Like, you put that in the deck, it's going.
So, what's been Lower Level's most exciting, most point in y'all career, like the highest achievement, the most exciting, what you know in y'all career that y'all can say or point to?
That's a great question. I don't think we've ever been asked before.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I start all of it. Like when I realized, I realized that it's a journey and it's not necessarily a destination, right? So for me, that boy Rick D always say, you know what, you never know when you crescendoing. You know what I'm saying? You never know when you peaking until you look back and be like, oh man, that was the height of it. And I feel like you don't really get to a height because you always are moving. And I would say the best part for me was the beginning.
Yeah.
When we was sneaking in the studio. You know what I'm saying? When we recorded our first album, we didn't have no studio time. You know what I'm saying? We was just trying to get it in. And it was, studio was closed on Sundays.
Yeah.
Right.
And on Sundays is when we went in. You know what I'm saying? And we would do something that I think, now looking back at it, I don't even know how we did that. We would get to the studio 6, 7 o'clock in the evening with nothing. Not a word on a page, not a beat, nothing. Stoney would start making a beat. He have a little outline. He making the beat, we writing a song.
Right.
Come up with a hook. Stoney finish the beat, we'll start putting it down. Put that song down and start on another.
Yeah.
And then one night, we might put down 3 songs from absolute scratch.
Yeah.
And I don't think nobody's doing that today in the studio. Maybe it is. But I think we were, it was pure. Like we wasn't worried about how many takes, and like it wasn't even a thing, only do this in one take. A lot of the stuff that people talk about now, like we was just making music, man. So for me, it was the beginning, getting it all together, and to see where it went. Like for me, I look at it as alchemy. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like alchemy. I remember we being Fred's mama's house. This was when we was in high school, right? We were in Fred's mama's house. Fred had this mixer, and he chopping up beats and whatever. I'm writing rhymes, we freestyling, we doing whatever. Alchemy, right? One day, we in his mama's mama's house in his bedroom, kids making beats. Fast forward that, we on stage, you know what I'm saying, doing this song that we started, years ago, just chopping it up. Now we on stage, thousands of people, they, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing, opening it up for Juvenile, Dead Prez, and all these cats. Like, it was dope, you know what I'm saying, to watch something go from an idea to, man, we on this tour bus, bro.
Yeah.
We back here, it's a studio on this bus, and we can go in here and record, and this all started in your bedroom at your mama's house. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So for me, just that whole thing, like it's not a moment, because I don't put no periods. It's all commas, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think for me, that's what it, being able to see how it went, where we started from just me and him before you. You know what I'm saying? Rapping at school, you know what I'm saying? And watch that turn into, man, look at all these people, bro. Yeah. We on stage, man, let's go shut it down, you know? So that's what it was for me.
Yeah, I mean, the whole ride, it's been fantastic, because it's still going. And I think the best is yet to come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cool, because like all that he just said, man, all of that was awesome. Looking back, like, man, we was living, we was getting it in. Like, no regrets, no nothing, and more now. And so keep this creating going. Yeah. And what he was talking about, like when you come up with something, just create something, you created it. Like, you got that. It's yours forever.
I want to do it now.
They can't take it from you.
Yeah.
It's yours, you know what I'm saying? And that's priceless. So,
yeah.
And,
it's funny you say, because when I listen to that stuff, man, it's like that, those rhythms and patterns and rhymes, that stuff, it can't be recreated from that moment. I like that can't, and I listen, I'm like, man, I be like, what was I thinking? But I don't know.
It was organic.
It's just
It was organic. We were super creative spaces. Because me and you at the time was in college. Yeah. And I don't care what nobody say. When you in college, your brain is just, you just own so much. Your vocabulary is expanding. Your experiences are expanding. And for me, I want to write all that stuff down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, especially that early stuff. Like, you listen to that was just my college life, like on tape. Like it was a party. It was a good time. We was having fun. Yeah. Like we ain't do much dark, no dark stuff. No, you know what I'm saying? We never went to that side because we truly was having a good time, man. Like, yeah, it was dope. It was so dope. And I wanted to, what Fred was talking about earlier, like comma, right? What I would like to do next, we could probably do it at the BeatStreet Podcast. I would love to do like a tiny desk situation right here. You feel me? Yeah. Get us a trumpet player, a trombone player, you on the keys, somebody on some drums, get a couple of vocalists, and man, put us together about a 20-minute set, just doing some of the dope classics, some I'm So players, and just like tiny desk, and just BeatStreet Podcast. I'm for it. Put it out there.
I'm for it, man. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. Yeah.
Oh man, I think we might have been. We was early adopters of the live band.
Yeah. I was about to say, man, I enjoyed the Funk Bank days.
Yeah,
live on stage. Like Mocha Life. You know what I'm saying? Every week.
Shout out to them boys at Mocha Life, man.
Up there just live, and we'll play some songs that we had to play, and then we'll improvise toward the end, just start doing whatever. It's H-Town, we're gonna freestyle.
Yeah, man.
Get the beatboxing or whatever.
Yeah.
And just have a good time, man. Everybody enjoy it.
Yeah, we can do that, man. We can do that like we can start planning that now and just go and get to the and then get
y'all hear that on the podcast. So I need 3 vocalists. Let me get a female, 2 females, and maybe a male vocalist. Give me a trombone player, a trumpet player, somebody on these drums.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel me? We can put this together and it'll be super dope. Y'all tap in. We in
man.
We in there.
Man, what's personal lives, man? What's been great in the personal lives of Lower Level, man? What's been new? What's been fresh?
Man,
what's been learned?
Man, everything, man. Life has been great, shoot, man. I settled into family man life, you know what I'm saying? It's great for anybody wondering, if you worried, jump in. It's good. Yeah. Settled in to the family man life, raising this daughter of mine, she doing her little thing. One thing I've been trying to help people with, because I get a lot of questions about this, like, coming from hip hop, doing it for so long, like what do you do next? And I always I've been talking to a lot of youngsters. Call them youngsters. I don't know what to call them, but that's what we'll call them. People in general, I guess, about like transferable skills, helping people understand that what they did or what they've done in their life and their career can translate, to something else. Like being on stage, being in hip hop, that propelled me into a life of like public speaking, I be on stage, I'm giving people game, same thing, I had the mic in my hand on stage, rocking the crowd. Now I got the mic in my hand on stage, giving game, giving people road maps to, use those skills. And that all came from hip hop, being able to grab a mic and stand on stage in front of people. It's a skill, So all y'all young cats out there, I'm rooting for everybody. But one thing I can tell you for sure is everybody ain't gonna make it in this hip hop game, But what you do have is a skill that you have no idea how one of people's biggest fears is public speaking, getting on the stage with a mic in your hand.
Right.
If you can get on stage with a mic in your hand, you will go far. You know what I'm saying? So I spend a lot of time talking to people about that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
that's right.
Life has been good. Life has been beautiful. And, just trying to help people get to that next level in whatever they trying to do, helping them understand. If you can make beats, man, you can do a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But people don't be knowing. So I try to help people understand what they can do.
Yeah, the main thing nowadays is try to think outside the box. Everybody doing whatever they doing, but you got to have your own skill set. You got to know how to do stuff. There is no, I just want to do this. Like, you got to be versatile. Yeah. And everything you're doing right now, that's getting you ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, you might be doing something different later on, but every day is a learning, man. You just learning. You can't never get stagnant and feel like, okay, I got this good job, I'm good, like, or whatever you're trying to do in life. Like, you got to keep pushing forward, keep growing and trying to do things, and it all makes sense in the end.
Yeah.
You know, just stay creative and think outside the box. Got to have imagination, you know. And for me, I got married this year, so
hold up,
I've been dealing with that, you know, experiencing that. It's a beautiful thing, man. So you know, you got to find that right person for you. Yeah. And somebody on the same page with. Yeah. You hear about opposites attracting and all that. I don't know if you want to play them games. You want to get somebody on the same page with, man. You know, there's a lot of stuff you hear people saying and all that, but in your real life, you got to know what's real, you know. Yeah. And you want stuff to go a certain way. So you got to know yourself first, and then, you know how to deal with people, and you'll find people that you on the same page, same frequency with, you know what I'm saying? Same ideas and same goals, and y'all can build together. Yeah. If you can't build with somebody, like, what you doing with them? Yeah. You're wasting your time. So, hey, you should have like minds around you and love, you know what I'm saying? All this other stuff going on. They got everybody just distracted and don't believe in themselves and, you know, just want some negativity all the time, man. Like, nah, man, that ain't what it's about. Yeah. You gotta build.
Gotta build.
So, build, baby.
Right on,
keep
man.
On building,
Keep on building, man. We gonna leave it at that right there, man. Yeah. Man, appreciate you boys, man.
Straight up, man. Good to be here.
Come on up in here, man.
Man. I see what you're doing, man. Keep it going.
Yes.
And we gonna add to it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Already, man. Any last words y'all want to leave before we close it out?
So.
Yeah, you know, shout out to all the, you know, everybody, all the family, all the EPGs, you know, all the cats out the H, you know, ATL, Cali, New York, you know, everybody in our travels of life that we deal with. You know, a lot of people we might not have seen in a long time, and that's life too. You know, you get older, you realize you don't have that time to kick it with everybody, and it might seem like, okay, well, you don't fool with such and such no more, whatever. But nah, you know, if it was real, when you meet back up, it's still real. You know, everybody can exchange what they've been through, and we can build again. You know, but shout out to everybody, man. You know, Scrap D, Rick D, Fetty G, 5-4, Big Cliff. You know, the whole fam, man. Texas Slim, 530. You know, I can go off everybody, man. You know, hey. Yeah, we got a big fam out there, and I think that one thing about us, man, we been blessed to have good friends, good family that we still interact with and deal with. Yeah, and that's, you know, a lot of people don't have that. So if you do have, you got to appreciate it. Yeah, and if you don't have it, you can build and get that. It take time, but you know, you gotta be true. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be true.
I know, man.
Yeah,
man. That wraps it up right there. I think that sums it up. But so next time we out here, we're gonna be spitting this fire. So come on with the tiny desk.
Yeah, with the cave, baby, the stone cave or something. Already, man. Appreciate y'all watching, man. Y'all made it to the end, man. It's your man Quincy Whetstone, aka Q Stone, and don't forget to subscribe, share, like, comment, and we out already.
Yeah, sure.
Stone and got loose on them things. Look, you know how it is when we getting together. I don't know, I say words, they get to clicking together. I don't know if it's cause we do it and we done did it forever. If it was things to get into, then we got in it together. Look, we did it for the money, now we did it for pleasure. Look, we did it, go and get it, then we split it, whatever. This was more than real, this was the realest things ever. Shirt off, weed in my mouth, hollering, get on my level. Talking about how you can never ever sleep lower level. You need a ladder, a stepping stool just to be on my level. You need a spacesuit and some O2 just to breathe on my level. My calendar full, these boys can't even get on my schedule. I do what I do, cause when it comes to styles, I got several. You don't want it with these boys, you best believe what I tell you. And the last guys that tried died in 2007. They ain't made the same mistakes as like 2011. That don't count, cause I count that as a lesson. Boys better quit the stress and get to counting your blessings. Cause life is short, like a dwarf adolescent. Life is short like Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, and Joe Pesci. Life is short like a spark light on a dark night. That's why I stay sharp like a shark knife. Ryan Fish is like a shark bite. They vicious like a bar fight, vicious like two pits. He got them locked in his jaw tight. Y'all know what I keep in that jar, right? Enough gas to fuel a small plane for a short flight. Enough pressure to make diamonds and bust pipes. My whole life has been long days and short nights. And that's alright, cause now I'm on like 6,000 square feet, sliding around my marble floors in my bare feet. And that keychain say it's anything I want to drive. Cadillacs to bend the Porsche, all this stuff parked outside. Let's take a walk outside.